So this is an actual film canister from an actual film here in Hollywood. And I've had it around sitting, never knowing what to do with it. There is the other half. And I suddenly realized this is going to make a really good dust containment system. So I'm going to do one test, check it out with the fiber optics with this drill bit, because it happens to be in here. And we'll see what size it is. Given the amount of dust, I may have to do this in the paint booth just to have the vacuum cleaner going a lot easier. It's good to contain the dust, but I can't blow it off, nor can I vacuum it up easily every single time that I make a single drill bit, so I'm going to have to think about that. So it turns out this is indeed exactly my largest diameter fiber optic, so I'm not going to do a lot of them, maybe 2 or 3 at most per piece. I'm going to do all the sizes at once. I'll pull them from one side of a pile to the next side, and we'll always go from there. Get a little area here cleaned up. What's going on here is that I've just glued the first two pieces, which are the back of the neck. And I got a little wax paper down there so it doesn't glue to the side piece. I was using this basically to make sure that I got the angles correct overall. There is a wedge here to follow, however, you get that off just a little. It's not a perfect angle going on. So yeah, that's all that took. The other thing I've been doing is drilling out windows. I've started with the thickest windows. I've done very few of those. I'm going to go for some medium size and then some small ones. I had attempted to lighten some of these pieces by starting to drill into the back. However, I don't want to risk drilling through the top side of them, and the amount of time it took just to drill these few holes, it'd be crazy. It's just not worth it. So, however many ounces that is, it's certainly a few of them. You know, I'd hoped to get this guy going too, but just too much. So I'm just going to go with the weight. That's not a real issue. This thing should be solid enough. And once I've got all these internal seams done, I'm going to fill them all with Ava's epoxy just to help strengthen them up. So I was about to start gluing stuff together, and then I realized I still have a lot more drilling to do on the windows. So I'm going to get back to that, put this guy to the side, and yeah, let's set the camera up. Hey everybody, ModelMan here, more with the Korbanth Star Destroyer. This has been going exceptionally fast. So fast, I've barely had any time to record it. I wish I'd just been rolling the whole time. This is literally like a couple hours maybe, 2-3 hours tops. This guy goes together pretty well. That's all set. A little bit of a trick to it was, well, I think I showed it off where I was angling these two compared to the side. And in the directions it just says to freeform guess it. And I decided to do a little different than that, but essentially following the directions overall. And then again on these pieces here, I've gone a little against the directions. Like I glued this guy together before assembling all this, and that's not suggested quite as yet. Right now this is what's suggested with the instructions, and that is to tape these 4 pieces. The top is now 1 piece, the bottom is 1 piece, and then these 2 guys are their own pieces still. And kind of just assemble it into a box, glue the sides on to the front and back, so or to the top, and glue the sides on to the top and bottom, forming a bit of a box. And then these back panels, I think the front goes on last, and these back panels are second to last. Everything's been drilled. That was a couple hours. I used 3 different sizes, 1.5 millimeter, millimeter, and 0.5 millimeter.